What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 52, I want to say? Hold on, I'm trying to check actively. And in this one, oh my god, I'm going to be dying. In this one, we're going to be doing this little electrical puzzle area right here. We won't be doing the hospital room, but we'll be getting all of this in minus texturing. Because, no thank you. And, yeah, let me check the part real quick so I can confirm that it's 52 for myself as well. Yeah, it is 52. And with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. So, because I really dislike this room here, we're going to save it for last, and it's also probably the biggest. So we're going to try to get, hopefully, the entire puzzle here done in this part, although I probably would presume that it'll take two. So, you want to be outside of your vent, and you want to be on this particular portion. It's this one closest to the gate. And we're going to start by getting out the following. Light gray wool. Stone. Gray concrete. Iron bars. Polished deep slate walls. Item frames. And thinking way ahead here, but polished basalt and cyan terracotta. We might not use those. We still have one though. Do I want to like get anything else out with that particular guy? I don't really think anything would make sense yet, so we'll just wait. Actually, sandstone walls. I lied. I'm gaslighting. You want to take this entrance anyway, and just extend the polished andesite on either side out with light gray wool. Only on these sides, not on the top or bottom, although that's slabs, not blocks. You want to then extend the polished andesite on the floor over with 4 stone per block. I'm going to take the stone 2 rows, and I'm going to extend it 2 different ways. I'll extend it left or kind of sort of towards the gate by 4 rows, which is this way. And in addition, right by 3 rows. I'll place a row of light gray wool, basically taking the light gray wool that we already placed, just kind of bringing it out on either side so it's the same distance as that area. On the opposite side, if I take the furthest left stone, I'll place a light gray wool up diagonally forward by 1. I'll extend it right by 1. Place 2 sandstone walls, and then what should be 5 light gray wool. And that'll just confirm that everything is correct size-wise. Yep. Copy that row 2 more times. At least on this side. We're not really worried about the other side yet, because there's not much going on. I'm going to place stone under the walls as well, because you kind of don't want a gap there. Get rid of your sandstone walls and get out stone stairs. And over top of the door, you'll place a couple of stone stairs facing towards each other. I'll then get rid of the stone stairs and get out sea lanterns, and I will place them off of the kind of right side like so. Or the outside, I guess. And then I'll extend each light gray wool up an additional 2 and also bring it over top of the stone stairs. If you're not planning on texturing these walls, make the stone stairs andesite stairs. I use stone here. You'll see why later. I have a reason when we texture. Texturing in this area is crazy. I think I already mentioned that, but the opposite wall you will bring up with light gray wool to the same height. But do leave the 2 short sides open. We're probably going to leave this side open just for all of eternity until we actually do that room, but we'll close off this side approximately right now. First off, though, a block above the height of the walls, you'll place a ceiling of stone. There's really not much going on in this hallway regardless. Like 2 things. On the back side, which is going to be this side of it, you want to basically trace all sides with gray concrete. Floor, ceiling, walls. Which will give you this. Leaving a gap of 1 from the top, you'll place another row of gray concrete going across, and between those 2 rows, you'll place iron bars. If you're on the inside like I am, you want to take the left gray concrete row and take the bottom and top ones and extend them right by 2 with polished deep slate walls. The center row will consist of an iron bar on the left and a polished deep-sided wall on the right. Wow, that actually worked properly. This center wall all plays item frames off either side of it. Heading kind of sort of through the doorway, you want to take the right side of gray concrete and extend it back diagonally right with a light gray wool, which should be in that position. Extend it back by 2, then right by 3, back by 5, then right by 8, then back, I'll give you a sec, by 12, no, 13, I apologize. And then from there you will go left by 11. Forward by 3. Then you'll go left with 2 stone. Upward facing polished basalt. 2 stone. Light gray wool. Extend back by 3. Then extend left by 6. And then you should be able to extend forward to connect into that vent. I would advise checking the number. The number I have is 8. Light gray wool. And you should end up there, off of the polished andesite. Nice. I was worried I got that number wrong over there, but we're good. On the opposite side of the vent, you'll take this polished andesite and place a light gray wool off of it. Extend it forward by 2. You'll then go right by 3. Then take the furthest left light gray wool of that row and extend it left by 1. Forward 1. Then you should be connecting into this vent where you'll skip to the other side of the slab row and place 2 light gray wool extending forward. Extend right by 6. And forward by 2 should connect you diagonally into the gray concrete. This is the area you have. Cool. Now, while we are here, there's another little area we need the inner wall done, obviously. So, take this light gray wool row here on the left. It'll be this row that kind of sticks out. It's the most obviously sticking out one. And down in the floor to the right of it, you'll place 2 stone, and then beyond that, a light gray wool not in the floor. Extended right by 6, which should make it 2 blocks away from this one as well. You'll then extend either side light gray wool back by 4. And then extend these sides in with 2 stone. And then upward facing polished basalt in the middle. And if you check this gap here, it should be 5, I hope. Yes, it is 5. Nice. That area is a little weird. And I think we can kind of illustrate its weirdness a little bit. So, where you have the light gray wool rows where they basically abruptly stop and turn into stone, and I'll explain that later, even though we use stone for texturing as to why I did this. But, oh my god, you want to go down diagonally in from them with the light gray wools with upward facing polished basalt, like so. Connect them together with cyan terracotta, and then everything that's not between them, you want to fill in the floor with stone in line with it. The reason I end up making it stone there is because the area goes higher, and I believe my actual reasoning, and a lot lower, is I didn't want to have to deal with the texturing of it that way, so I ended up texturing it a little bit differently. I don't remember if the consistency is actually different of the stone part itself. Obviously this part is, because I made it cyan terracotta for a reason. But yeah, just kind of the thought process. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. I don't think I said that yet. Fun times. Yeah, this area isn't too bad. That hospital room is, I think, larger than this entire area on its own. I mean, it might not be exactly larger. I used a out-of-bounds video I found on YouTube. I don't remember who made it, but somebody, like, glitched back there and, or whatever, ghost moded back there and took a video walking through it, and I used that plus whatever images I could get, so, yeah. But it's a surprisingly detailed room for just being a side room. Although I guess you're supposed to expect yourself to go through there. But I'm not smart enough to process that information unless I literally see the gate opening, which I remember I did one time. But anyway, that's particularly besides the point. The next thing you want to do is extend each light gray wool up by 4. And we'll soon be filling in the ceiling. Leave the stone alone and the polished basalt alone. We'll deal with that in a second. But do make sure you go over the vents with it. That's important. And I think that's really all. Yeah, maybe. How's everyone feeling at this point? I guess I should ask that. We're over 50 parts in. I feel like this is kind of enough for me to be like, I don't know about all that for chapter 3. I'm sure some of you obviously would still follow it. I'm not saying nobody would, but seeing as how long this is, that would be longer. And then there's security breach, which I still refuse to think about. Security breach will still be getting more. I'm not saying I'm not doing it. I'm just saying that's a thing. But that's also split up differently, so it kind of is more reasonable. It's not like I'm hitting you with a chunk of 80 tutorials consecutively with fairly minimal breaks. If chapter 3 was done, it would definitely be broken up a lot more, like, per section. So, like, Home Sweet Home will be a section. Home Sweet Home's Nightmare would probably be a different section. Play Care would be a section. The area before Play Care would be. Like, but even then, I just feel like it's too much. Who knows? You should end up with this. The ceiling wants to be entirely stone, a block above the light gray wool. Now, where you have the openings here on these sides, you want to basically just, like, make a straight... It's kind of a weird way to explain it. But you make a straight line across, like, the wall here as if you were filling up diagonally in from it normally. Just don't go over this at all. You want to make sure directly above this is open. It does stick out a block further. It's just kind of live with it, but if you want to push it in, you can. I would recommend not, because, again, I presume that it is kind of like that in the game. But it's been a while. I mean, I'm like... Again, I just started school in, well, I guess not again, but I just started school in chapter 3, so... at the time of recording this, at least, that probably will be... Maybe the time-lapse will be out, I don't know. I haven't started the time-lapse yet, though. I did the little, like, staircase at the beginning, and I didn't feel like time-lapsing it because I just didn't feel like it was important, because it was just me making, like, a small area in a confined space and trying to finagle it properly, and then structure blocking it into a different area so I could make it. I didn't do the teleporter, I just realized. That sucks. Anywho, you should end up with this. For this area, we can finally tackle it. You want to bring the stone/polished basalt here, not these ones next to the cyan terracotta, the one within the stone, up until it's 2 higher than the light gray wool, or 1 higher than the ceiling, whichever you prefer to classify it as. Or both, I guess. Or the number 6, that's also an option. Just letting you know what the variables are. I will bring these light gray wools up with 2 stone as well. And then I'll bring the end row of the ceilings up with stone just to kind of box this area in. The stone polished basalt wants to get brought down, and this is kind of up to you how far down you go. I'm going to not give you a number here because I don't really feel the need to. I would go to maybe like there. That seems reasonable. Don't go too far down, because the event falls there. I don't think it's a problem necessarily, but maybe, like, what am I going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 down, so something like that. Worst case, if we need to extend it a little bit, we can. There's a minimum we need, but not necessarily a maximum. Again, I'm not sure. I will check in a moment if you'll hit anything other than what you'll obviously hit, which is that hallway there. Yeah, no, you'd be good. You would just hit that. Because the other area doesn't actually go this way. It comes next to it, but it doesn't go in line with it. Anyway, the cyan terracotta and polished basalt you'll bring down to the same height. So yeah, if you really want to go down to that, you totally can. It's an option. Don't know if it's the best one, but it is an option. So. Yeah. I feel like we will finish this area, again, other than that hospital room. Cool. The ceiling gap that you have here, just a block above it all, you'll fill it in with stone. There is a row of polished deepslate, but we're not worried about that just yet, because it doesn't particularly matter. You should end up with this. Nice blank area. Come back out to here, where you have this part, and what you want to do is over each of the two, like the 2x5 doorways, the top 2 rows will be iron bars. In the bottom 3 blocks, the left row specifically will be polished deep-sided walls, and then off both sides of the center polished deep-sided wall, you'll just place item frames. Should have this. We can start filling things in, kind of. Get rid of whatever that isn't your iron bars and get out lanterns. And on the ceiling in here, you should have 4 blocks in total of this, like, a back area. At the ceiling, the center 2, you'll just place iron bars going along. Nice. From the left side, on the front row of iron bars, you're doing this for both sides of the front row. You'll leave 2 iron bars off the side, and on the third one, you'll place a lantern. On the right side, it's the 4th, and you'll place a lantern on. Clear your inventory, and get out the following. Stone bricks, stone brick slabs, smooth quartz slabs, birch planks, green terracotta, black concrete, mangrove button, pale oak fence gates, and polished black stone stairs? Sure. Starting at this first area on the right side, you want to take the block at eye level and you want to place a stone brick. Behind it, opposite down stone brick slab, and then you'll extend that slab up to the ceiling with stone bricks. You want to copy that on the opposite side. So you should have this. From the left pipe to the right of the like full row of it, you want to place on the floor here a smooth quartz block. On top of it a birch plank, and then on top of that a smooth quartz slab. Off the back of the birch plank, you'll place a mangrove button. Back diagonally left from this off this stone, you'll place a black concrete, green terracotta, smooth quartz slab. This is it's like the medic guy or whatever in chapter 4, the green, I want to say boogie bot. Who knows? On the light gray wool wall here, to the left of what we just did, off of the first, like this bottom 2x2 of light gray wool, you'll place pale oak fence gates open up against the wall like so. On the back wall here, between the 2 doorways that we have on the sides, you want to take the very center light gray wool on the bottom and place an upside down polished black stone stair facing left off of it. To the left of it, an upside down stair facing right. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Polished deep slate, pale oak button, bamboo button, stone brick walls, pale oak fence gate, or trap doors, not fence gates, I apologize. Spruce stairs, spruce slabs, mangrove slabs, and black concrete. So we're going to probably bounce around a little bit here because I'm seeing a couple things in the rooms we can actually do with these. First off, if you start on the right side here, against this wall, you want to place, going from, again, if you're looking at it right to left, you'll place 2 stone brick walls and then 2 pale oak trapdoors open against the wall. Copy that row one more time and then extend these stone brick walls up an additional row. Off the light gray wool here, the center one, you'll place a polished sheepshead in place of it with a pale oak button off of it. If you head into the right room here and turn directly back to the entrance you came from, just to the left of it, you want to place 3 full rows of stone brick walls extending off the wall. Or 3 rows, I guess, against the wall. You'll break the bottom center one along with the light gray wool behind it, and that light gray wool will get replaced with a black concrete. We'll worry more about that later. But I don't really care enough right now to deal with it, so. Head back out of this room and then to the opposite wall where you have the vent. If you're looking at the vent, you want to take the row of light gray wool to the right, and off of this block place 2 upside down spruce stairs facing left. Left of it, a row of upside down slabs, and then left of that, a row of upside down stairs facing right. Off the back left stair, you want to place a black concrete, and off the front right stair, you'll place a mangrove slab. You can get rid of that black concrete and get out dark oak trapdoors, and you'll place them off each side of the black concrete that you can, other than the side that faces towards the opposite wall, like so. It should give you this. It almost looks like a mannequin head with like a wig on or something. I don't know. Turning to your right to this doorway here, just to the left of the, I guess, item frame here, you'll place a pale oak button. Above it, bamboo button. We needed more black concrete, didn't we? Yep, that's fine. In the room here, we'll just end up clearing inventory probably. Beyond this vent, you want to leave a gap of 1 and then place 4 polished sheepshead blocks extending along the wall. Extend that up with 3 rows, and off each of the 16 polished sheepsheds you just placed, you'll place pale oak buttons. Boop. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. Blue concrete. Yellow concrete. Stone brick stairs. Stone brick walls. Polished basalt. Composters. Flower pot. Polished andesite slab. And polished sheepshead slab. Heading back to the entrance of this room, pretend like you just walked in and you want to immediately look to your right on this wall, and the center light gray wool at eye level you will break along with the one above it. When looking at this, you'll break left a row again. Bottom row of that gap is blue concrete, top is yellow concrete. Above the right half, you'll place an upside down stone brick stair coming off the wall. Above that, a stone brick stair facing into the wall, and then off of that, an upside down stone brick stair like so. Right of this bottom stair, you'll place 2 stone brick walls extending out, and then extend up by 1 from there. Left of this stone brick stair, you'll place a wall here. On the opposite wall from that one, along the, as I say, wall here, you want to count out a block and place 2 stone brick walls coming off of this light gray wool that's 1 off the top. Then extend that end stone brick wall up by 1. Behind that, a block and upside down stone brick stair facing right. Extend it up with a stone brick stair facing into the wall, and then out with another upside down stair facing right, like so. copy the same thing you just did, but the walls and stairs are inverted and it's up against the back wall. So from the very back row, you'll place 2 walls extending out and then 1 up, and then you'll place the stair thing in front. I ain't saying all that again. In the front left-hand corner of this room, you'll place a polished basalt facing up. Extend it back with another one facing up, and extend the original one right with a sideways one. Go back from that sideways one with a flower pot and then 2 polished andesite slabs. And go right from the flower pot with a composter. In front of that composter, another flower pot. In the back left-hand corner, you want a polished basalt here. Forward diagonally, right another one. You want to, in the top right-hand back corner on the walls here, place an upside-down polished deep slate slab. You can then clear your inventory and get out the following. A lantern, mangrove stairs, dark oak trapdoors, black concrete, monster spawner, pale oak fence gates, bamboo trap doors, andesite blocks, and we'll go andesite walls, I guess. In the back right-hand corner still, just in front of this polished basalt, you want to place 2 bamboo trapdoors open up against the front half of the blocks. Coming off the wall, you'll place pale oak fence gates like so, with a bamboo trapdoor above them. Same ladder design, just kind of missing a side. From this polished basalt, you'll count back diagonally right by 1 and place an upside-down mangrove stair facing right. Right of it, you'll have an upside-down stair facing left, and then dark oak trapdoors on top of either. On the ceiling just to the right of these stone brick stairs, you'll break this stone and place a black concrete. Underneath of it, a monster spawner with dark oak trapdoors open off each side that you can, excluding the bottom here. You don't want one there. From the block the front dark oak trapdoor is on, you'll count forward by 2 and place a lantern here. And that's this side done. We'll save the middle for last because I just don't feel like doing it. That's really the only reason that I think I need. But you'll head to the opposite side, and the first thing you want to do is off of this black concrete on the front wall, just place a monster spawner. Then get rid of, I guess, your bamboo trapdoors and get out black stained glass pans. This is not black. There we go. And in either the back right and front right hand corners, you'll place rows of andesite. Remember, the front wall is where the door is here. That's what we're classifying as the front. Off either side of those rows of andesite, you'll place more rows of andesite. And then on the front one in the remaining corner, you'll go bottom to top and place 3 andesite walls. Black stained glass pane. Andesite wall. In the back right one, I guess I should say, you'll place andesite wall. 3 panes. Andesite wall. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. An item frame. Polished andesite stairs. Pale oak trapdoors. Polished deep slate. Polished deep slate slabs. Yellow terracotta, pale oak buttons, block of emerald, and warped buttons. First off, between these 2 little pipes we just made, you want to, the top andesites against the wall, you'll connect together with polished deep slate blocks. Underneath that, a row of upside down slabs. The eye-level row of light gray wool between these 2, you want to go right to left and do the following. You'll leave 2 open. Pale oak trapdoor open against this one. Gap of 1. Yellow terracotta in the wall with a pale oak button off of it. Turn to your right and off of the bottom, like 2x2 here of light gray wool, just to the left of these stone brick walls, you'll place pale oak trapdoors open up against it. On the ceiling, in line with the center of this little area here, you want to place an item frame on the like first stone over, like so. You'll then leave a gap of 1 and you'll break 3 stone. Break another row in front of and behind that and fill it entirely with opposite unpolished andesite stairs facing backward is what I went with. You can make them either forward or backward, but doesn't matter. You can get rid of your polished andesite stairs and your pale oak trap doors, along with actually your polished deep slate, and get out iron bars. Barriers, which you should already have, and gray carpet. In addition, I'm going to tell you to get rid of your polished deep slate slabs and get out lime concrete. You should already have barriers. When would we have used them last? Probably in there somewhere. I don't know. Just command A/give add as barrier if you need them, but you should hopefully have them. So in this room, along the in the back left-hand corner here, you want to come off the second row of the wall with 2 barriers. Underneath this front one, you'll actually break this light gray wool and replace it with a block of emerald with a warped button off of the side of it. In front of that, a row of 2 iron bars extending up. Place a row of gray carpet on top of what you've just done. To the right of this, on the bottom row, you'll place yellow terracotta. Don't fill in this back block here because you want to make sure it's open. On top of the middle yellow, you're going to place a lime concrete with an item frame off of it. In that item frame, you want a barrier. If you're never mind. If you're still doing this in survival somehow, I would use something red and maybe circular, kind of optional, because what else is there that's red and circular? Not like a snowball or anything. No wind charge. It's not red though. Yeah, I don't know. That one's on you. Magma cream would be the first thing I would think of probably. Anyway, the other 2 yellow terracotta you'll just extend up by 1. Oh, we missed a pale oak trapdoor. I love it. Clear your inventory and get out the following. That pale oak trapdoor we missed. Mangrove pressure plate. Skeleton skulls. Cobbled deep slate slabs. Red sandstone walls. Deep slate brick walls. Polished deep slate slabs. Iron bars. And structure voids. Again, command/give at structure_void if you need them. On top of the lime concrete here, you want to place a mangrove pressure plate. On top of either yellow terracotta, you'll place skeleton skulls facing left. It's supposed to be a face, by the way. I just remembered that. To the right against the back wall of this, you want to take the second light gray wool over and place a pale oak trapdoor open up against it. The 2 little power conduit, pillar, whatever things in the middle, you want to take this row of yellow terracotta at the front of this and count forward from it by 2 to this stone. Then count right by 3 and place a cobbled deep slate block. 2 red sandstone walls and then a cobbled deep slate slab. As per usual, if I say blocks and you have the slab variant, just place 2 slabs on top of each other. From this bottom cobbled deep slate block, you'll count forward by 3 and right by 2 and do the same thing. That is not right. There we go. I couldn't figure out anything to make this design better, so it's the same. I tried when I did the Chapter 1 revamp, but I just couldn't figure anything out that made more sense. Directing our attention to this middle section here, off, or I guess above these polished basalt pillars, you're going to place deep slate brick walls extending all the way up on each of the 4 corners. You'll also connect the top polished basalts on those rows together like so. You'll then, going down, leave a gap of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the 8th block, you'll place another row of deep set brick walls on either side. If you want to, I guess if you go further than that, I'd recommend continuing to do it, rather. Although we'll adjust it. It seems like I'm pretty spot on with the distance, although it might be a little bit more. I'm not sure. At the top of this area between these polished basalt pillars, you'll break this entire row of stone and replace it with polished deep slate blocks. Sorry, you gotta use the slabs for that. I know it's kind of annoying. Below either side one, you'll place an opposite down polished deep slate slab. Structure void inside, and then in between these structure voids an iron bar, which will give it this effect. You'll then clear your inventory and get out the following. Dark oak fence gates, bamboo fence gates, pale oak fence, spruce fence gates, iron bars, black stone walls, red stained glass, and pearlescent. Oh, I use sea lanterns. I would recommend using pearlescent frog lights. I don't know why I didn't use them here. There's not really a difference, but we'll probably end up needing to bring down the walls as well, but I'm not concerned about that yet. I'll explain what we can get rid of once we need to. Below this suspicious iron bar, you want to place a bamboo fence gate. Either side of that, you'll place dark oak fence gates and then pale oak fences outside of those. On the 3rd block down of cyan terracotta, down here, you want to place rows of spruce fence gates connecting those side ones together. The left and right. I love placing these. It's so much fun. Okay, just like so. Down diagonally out from those, you'll place more rows of spruce fence gates connecting the polished basalt together this time. Just below that lower row of fence gates, you'll place a row of iron bars against the cyan terracotta sides. From that, if you want to check and make sure, you should have 3 blocks and then your deep set brick wall row here. We're going to trap ourselves outside of the build. My favorite thing to do, it seems like. On the 2nd polished basalt down below, or I guess 2nd block down below the deep set brick walls, you'll place a full row of red stained glass, or a full, like... You'll just fill it in with red stained glass. Coming off of the end cyan terracottas on the row below that, you'll just place black stone walls going across like so. Below that, another full row of red stained glass. Below that, off of the stone on either side of these polished basalt pillars, you'll place black stone walls. And then from there, you want to do another row of red stained glass below, and that should actually, at least for me, is in line with the bottom of the floor here. However, that's not enough. Get rid of everything but your red stained glass and your sea lanterns, I guess. And I'll move them forward just because I can. You'll get out red carpet, stone, polished basalt, and then cyan terracotta. And below this row of glass, you want a gap of 1, and then another row of red stained glass. So as you do this, I'll bring these walls down a little bit. So the glass will end up being here. Almost there. Not actually. Well, I mean, we are almost there for this area. Oopsies. And then leaving a 1 block gap below that, you want to place sea lanterns. However, on top of these sea lanterns, you want red carpet. I'll just like break that row of polished basalt so I can actually, or that polished basalt I mean, so I can fill the sea lantern and then just leave. And yeah. I believe that's this area done, but I will confirm before I officially say that's the end of the part. And you just want to maybe go around and just take a peek in here and see if that looks good to you. Also check it without night vision if you want, because I think it looks really cool without night vision if you do have it on. It's probably one of the coolest looking things. Ooh, that'll be cool to see with vibrant visuals. Those come out tomorrow as of recording this. So that's cool. Anyway, I do want to do one more thing briefly. In the front area here, we're going to do like two things. You don't even need to necessarily clear your inventory, because you just need bamboo signs and polished andesite slabs. And a block away from the vent opening here, you're going to place a couple of polished andesite slabs like so. If you look at the sandstone wall doorway, there's 2x3 left of the top block, you'll place a bamboo sign. And then, yeah, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is that electrical puzzle and Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, Part 53? 52 complete? Something like that. I don't know anymore. Thank you guys for whatever you guys did enjoy this video. So the plan right now is next part will be entirely that hospital room, I think. Maybe we'll get the vent brought down so we can start the next area, and then that whole, like, staircase and whatnot will be probably a slew of like 20 more parts, I'm gonna assume, until we're at the like end of this segment. Maybe that might be a little bit of an overestimation. It might not even be 20, it might be like 10 to 15, but I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, that's enough rambling for me. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.